Hey guys, what is up? And welcome back to another episode of Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations. In the last episode, we started off the kidnap turnabout with us, bringing the ransom to the kidnapper, of this guy. I don't really know who he is. And then we got kidnapped. So then, with the help of this girl on screen, Kay, we were able to get out, and we ran in to that strange Interpol agent that Francisca was talking about, Shi Long Lang from the Republic of Zhengfa. So, yeah, and he says, like, oh, don't work on the investigation of the kidnapping, we'll handle it, but, like, no, we're not gonna listen to him. So, yeah, let's go ahead and keep on going. Mr. Amano? Oh, Miles, my boy! I'm sorry to involve you in such an affair just after you've returned. For you, Mr. Amano, I gladly offer my assistance. After all, I have you to thank for how well things turned out during my time abroad. If it wasn't for you, I might not have been introduced to that law office, and had the chance to study the inner workings of another country's judicial system. No. Think nothing of it. As you know, Manfred and I go way back. I consider a beloved disciple of his to be like one of my own blood. If you ever want to go overseas again, you need only ask. I can use my company's vast network to send you anywhere at any time.
So who's the old man?
He is the father of the currently kidnapped Lance Amano, Ernest Amano. Now then, have you found Lance yet, Miles? Please, I miss my poor boy dearly. I'm terribly sorry, but your son's whereabouts remain unknown, Mr. Amano. Hold on there. Then what happened to all that money? I believe the 1 million has been stolen and that the culprits are now on the run. What?
Poor old man. Did you have anything you could give him to cheer him up, Mr. Edgeworth?
Forgive me, Mr. Amano. I was wondering if you could please tell me the details of the kidnapping one more time? Oh, it was yesterday. A call came to the house. From the receiver came the sound of my son. Help me, Daddy! I know this is tough, but please stay with me here, Mr. Amano. You don't understand. He hasn't called me Daddy in ages. It was incredibly moving. I wish I had recorded him saying that. He definitely should have recorded that conversation, but not for the foolish sentimentalities of an old man. Refresh my memory, what kind of person is Lance again? How will telling you about Lance help you get him back? Surprisingly, a lot can be deduced from a person's relationships and behavior. Very well then. Lance is my one and only son, and he turned 21 this year. He's very much like me when I was his age, kind and very attractive. I'm sure women simply can't keep their hands off him. Is there anything else about him you noticed of late? Now that you mention it, I haven't been able to get in contact with our butler, Oliver. Your butler? Yes, his name is Oliver Deacon. He's been with our family for years now. He gets along so well with Lance, so I thought maybe he would know where my son is. Mr. Amano, could you please tell me a little more about your butler, Mr. Deacon? As a butler, he's outstanding. He even serves as Lance's personal private tutor. He took a brief leave recently, but even after it was over, I haven't been able to reach him. So you still haven't spoken with him since his leave? What about his family and friends? They said they hadn't seen him. I tried everything I could think of, Miles. Do you think this could have something to do with Lance's kidnapping? It's possible, but I can't say anything for sure quite yet. So even the person closest to the victim has gone missing. Oliver Deacon. Sounds like the one name I'd better keep in mind. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Let's begin our investigation. Even if that Interpol agent holds the authority to head this investigation, we can't allow ourselves to stand idly by twiddling our thumbs.
I'm with you 100%, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I, Dick Gumshoe, pledge to stick by your side through thick and thin.
Mr. Amano, it was my fault that the culprits escaped, which is why, with your blessing, I vow to return Lance to you myself. Oh, I've never seen you so passionate before, Miles. Good luck to you, my boy.
All right. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's do some investigating. If you think I'm losing to you, pal, forget it.
All right.
So what should we examine first?
Thanks to Agent Lang, we can't leave this area, but the culprits were here up until very recently, which means that we may be able to find some clues that will tell us how they escaped.
Okay, let's get looking. Hey, you there!
Oh shit, wrong voice.
Oh, me?
What are you doing goofing off in a place like this?
I wasn't goofing off, I was about to help Mr. Edgewood kick off his investigation.
You imbecile! All precinct detectives are now under Agent Lang's direct command.
No way! I am not working for Wolf Boy. Mr. Edgewood, can't you do something?
I'm not exactly in a position to argue, seeing as how you are a member of the police. Good, now let's go.
No!
Oh no!
Boy,
have I got just the job for someone.
Well, that was exciting.
Shit. Okay.
What? Can you tell I'm all ready to get down to some detective work?
You should go home. Your parents must be worried about you.
Oh, come on! I finally get to be your assistant and you trying to ditch me?
I don't recall offering you the position.
Why do you have to be so difficult? Besides, it's already too late, you know? Like I said, I've already stolen the position of assistant a while back.
You're the only one asserting that.
Well, by the time anyone notices, it's already gone. That's the Atagarasu way.
You shouldn't speak so lightly of things you know nothing about.
Fine, whatever, you win. Go ahead and do your little investigation. But the talented assistant K is gonna tag along no matter what you say.
Even if she turns out to be useless, she's not going to listen to me. I might as well surrender and let her come along for the ride. Alright, Kay, let's go. Out the door we go. Okay, so we already talked to him about everything. Cool. Not entirely... Oh. What the hell's this?
Hey, it's the Blue Badger! Badger, get!
I really don't understand why she's so excited over this badger hunt. Speaking of badgers, there's a person inside of there. Mr. Badger, I wonder if you might share with me what you saw? He's doing that contorted wriggling dance again.
Aha!
Ah! You uncover my undercover identity, sir! I was the roommate under that head, sir! Aren't you Officer Meekins?
Sir! Micah Meekins, reporting for duty, sir!
This man was a witness in one of the cases I headed 2 years ago. About the only thing I remember about this officer is that he often spoke and acted before he thought, which gave me a great deal of headaches.
Is he a friend of yours, Mr. Edgeworth?
I've met him in the courtroom once before. Why was he so upset when we unmasked him? Does he have something to hide? Officer Meekins, why are you standing here wasting time?
Sir! Because I'm not a police officer right now, sir! I'm the Blue Badger! And I'm creating memories and dreams for the kids! That's never a waste of time, sir! I have a dream to become as big as Detective Gumshoe, sir! I was patrolling the scorchingly boring hint a little while ago, when the dispatch radio on my shoulder cracked that the kidnappers had escaped, sir! I thought maybe this was my shot at making detective, sir! So I rushed on over to join in, but when I got here, there was a sea of people already. And I couldn't spread my trademark friendliness and joy on anyone.
It would seem that some people never change. So why exactly are you in that ridiculous outfit?
Sir! That's because, sir, I'm here to keep the visitors in good spirits, sir! But it's also to hide the fact that I'm also an officer on the trail of a kidnapper, sir!
I see. Agent Lang is very wise to employ this sort of diversionary tactics.
To be handed the role of the Blue Badger out of all the different disguises, sir, it's such an honor!
How long have you been standing here, officer?
Sir, for about 1 little hour, sir.
That's around the time I woke up from being knocked unconscious.
And I've been here ever since, sir.
If that's true, then it's possible Officer Meekins saw the kidnappers escaping.
But however, sir, I must tell you that I didn't see a thing, sir.
I haven't asked you anything yet, officer.
No. But I know you will, sir.
He's hiding something from me. Officer Meekins, I insist that you tell me more about your recent movements.
Sir, I've been playing the Blue Badger this whole time, sir, and getting into it, too. I patrolled the park, all while wearing this costume. And about 1 hour ago, I came over here, sir. I haven't seen any suspicious-looking people this whole time, sir. But I did see a badger, sir. A lone blue badger.
What you said just now is contradictory to the facts.
How so, Mr. Edgeworth?
This is what Officer Meekins' testimony contradicts. If he saw the, yeah. Officer Meekins, let's back things up. I'd like to ask you about your last statement.
Sir, of course, sir. If that's what you wish, Mr. Prosecutor. This little patrolman will wait as long as I am commanded to wait.
You said that you saw a blue badger, correct? And yet if you take a look at this, what you saw was not supposed to happen. This park is supposed to have only one of each badger in it at any given time. Which means that as long as you are the blue badger, Officer Meekins, you should not have seen another blue badger wandering the premises.
What, sir? Then that would mean that there are 2 blue badgers walking around. But why?
Don't we have a logic for this? I think we do. Hold on. What is it? It seems that the costumes... shit. Damn it. That's not right, is it? It's a set of tire tracks originating from the garage.
Aha! So that means a car left from the garage at some time, right?
Correct. But for the car to leave these tracks, it would mean that it left during the passing rain. That's the only explanation as to why these tracks are made of mud. 3 treads. I think we can safely assume it's a special type of car.
These were real. I wonder what you put in them.
Water would be the obvious answer.
But if you stored water in a barrel under the blazing hot sun, wouldn't it go bad?
People of that period probably didn't care how it tasted.
Sorry, but I can't let you get away with making fun of our forefathers. I mean, maybe they really like the strange taste.
Look who's making fun of them now. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here. Sorry, I can't let anyone through. Agent Lang's orders. Ugh, I suppose I'll have to deal with this impasse for now.
I've got you now, you vile criminals!
I think the kidnappers would have better sense than to try hiding in these.
Oh, come on, lighten up, will ya? I was only joking. I don't really think that the criminals will be hiding here right in front of 2 officers.
I certainly hope not. Plot twist, yes, they were right there.
Hey, there's a bunch of footprints in the mud over here.
I remember hearing rain fall out here while I was being held in there.
Yep, it was just a passing rain. That's why the ground has already pretty much dried up.
I should be thankful. It left us with some nice footprint samples.
You know what? I bet if we follow them, we can find out where the kidnappers went. Plus, we'd be able to spot them because of their muddy shoes.
I don't think it'll be that easy.
Why not?
Look carefully. There are quite a few different sets here. And we don't know which ones belong to the kidnappers.
Oh, that's true. We don't know what kind of shoes they were wearing. Hey, Mr. Ashworth, isn't this one of those things you tie horses to?
Yes, although the horses are in another location at the moment.
Aww, and here I was hoping I could get to ride one.
You know how to ride a horse?
Nope, never rode one in my life. But I have an Asian friend who was born in the year of the horse.
Non sequitur is the only way to describe your logic. I have no idea how to pronounce that word. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here? Sorry, I can't let anyone through. Agent Lang's orders. Fuck, okay. Yummy. I don't know what to do. I feel like the only, thing that I have to do is logic, but I don't have anything to logic. A second blue badger that shouldn't exist. Clearly, the true identity of the person underneath is...
Oh, I know. It's one of the kidnappers, right? The person wore a costume to get away.
Precisely. After all, the costumes that went missing from the storage area are...
A blue badger, a proto-badger, and a bad badger.
Yes, those three.
So there are 3 phony badgers running around in the park somewhere, huh?
So then I guess... that? Okay. Now that we know that the kidnappers were wearing badger costumes, those footprints from earlier take on a new, very significant meaning.
Oh, you mean now we know which tracks belong to the kidnappers, right?
Yes, more than shoe prints, we need to follow the paw prints of the badgers.
Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to use those footprints and go badger hunting.
Alright. Footprints!
So we're looking for footprints made by a costume. Hey, I think I found them! There are 2 sets here.
They both do look like possible candidates.
This set is walking off to the west. It just stops! I can't make heads or tails of where it's headed from here.
I think we could assume it's headed towards the stadium.
I wonder where the other set leads. This one seems to be headed east. Huh? Quick, Mr. Edgeworth! I've got him! I got one of the culprits! No! I'm not a kidnapper, Thor!
Down, Kay. Clearly those footprints belong to Officer Meekins, but our criminals were each wearing a costume.
Aha! Maybe they came over to this garage for something.
That's what I would suppose. Officer Meekins, if you could step aside for a moment, we need to examine the garage.
Thur! Roger Wilco, Thur!
Let's open this shutter and see what we find.
Maybe we'll find the kidnappers hiding inside. Ah!
Oh! What in the... We seem to have stumbled across a dead body.
And I thought this wasn't gonna be a murder case for once. Jeez!
Now then, who is this man? It's Oliver! Mr. Romano, are you saying this man is... Yes, he's my butler. How could something like this have happened? Indeed. And why was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? I better investigate this crime scene quickly before Agent Lang or his men return. The kidnapper's footprints lead right to this garage, and right to a dead body. Is it possible one of the kidnappers is now a murder victim? From my cursory examination, I believe this man died of a fatal bullet wound.
You sure are calm for someone who just found a body.
It's surprising what one can become accustomed to in the span of 2 days. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. As long as that Interpol agent has control of this case, I'm not going to be able to have a real autopsy done on the victim. I'm no doctor, but let's see what I can piece together myself. There were 2 gunshot wounds, one in his abdomen and one in his shoulder.
So that means he was shot twice?
No, I don't think so. I think the abdominal one is an entry wound and the one near his shoulder is the exit wound.
Nice! I knew you could figure it out.
It comes with experience, and I've seen my fair share of crime scenes. Speaking of experience, this crime scene seems a bit too clean for a murder where the bullet went clean through. I should make a note of this oddity. This is an unusually shaped pendant.
What is it? Is it something valuable?
She seems to have regained some of her composure.
It looks like a horse pendant. It's got an antique feel about it, and it's really pretty. Hold on. This is made of platinum silver! Nice! It is worth something after all. Ooh, and look! There's something written on the back. Colin Deveray. It's a name.
Colin Deveray? But this man's name is... Oliver Deacon. Wait. Are we not gonna talk about... Okay, whatever. Are we just gonna deduce the victim's name? Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Are we just deducing the victim's name? There's something not right about the name on this pendant. The victim is the Amano family butler, and his name is Oliver Deacon. But the name on the pendant is Colin Deveray.
I wonder what's up with that.
I don't know, but I think we've hit upon an important piece of information. Excuse me, but you are...
Oh, this is bad. He's really good looking. Stop it, Lauren. You can't let yourself fall for a playboy like him you're in love with. Sounds like someone doesn't know the meaning of the phrase inner monologue, huh?
Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but might you be a friend of Lance?
Yes, I'm Lance's girlfriend. My name is Lauren Pops.
His girlfriend?
Oh, it's not like that. We're more than friends, and, we're not lovers or anything. Well, we haven't gotten that far yet. But I guess that's how people are going to see it, so I should just accept it. I even got this ring as a present from Lance. Oh. You know what she reminds me of? A cartoon character.
May I inquire as to why you are here?
I haven't been able to get in contact with Lance lately, and I began to get really worried. I looked everywhere for him, and then I heard about the kidnapping, so I came here. Wow, you're really strong for having made it through all this by yourself. Is it true? Has Lance really been kidnapped?
No one is supposed to know, but yes, it's true.
Oh, Lance! I can't believe you've been spirited away. I wonder how you're doing right now. Looks like she's gone back to the fair maiden in love routine. So, Mr. Etchworth, where do we go from here?
Well, we found a body, so we should look into the murder. Oh, fuck off. My men brought me up to speed over the radio, and I have to say, you really should have called. I heard you found something very intriguing. I have nothing to hide, Agent Lang. It's exactly what you see before you. I'll take it from here. Yeah, that guy's really dead. Hey, you waiting for an invitation? Hurry up and detain the suspect, now! Suspect? Who? Officer Meekins, is it? You're coming with us.
What? Sir! I had nothing to do with it, sir!
Agent Lang, don't you think you're being a bit rash? Do you even have a good reason to suspect Officer Meekins? Ha! I leave that kind of stuff to you prosecutors. It's your job, after all. Like I said earlier, the crime scene isn't as forgiving as your precious courtroom. That's your answer? I know you like your logic and reasoning, but that sort of impractical fluff is not needed out here in the field. All you had to do was arrest suspicious person after suspicious person. That's how you eliminate crime from the streets. But that's also precisely how you unnecessarily arrest innocent people by mistake. Innocent people? Nonsense. There's no such thing as an innocent person. We've all got a blemish or two in our hearts. That's tyranny! I won't allow such a thing to go on unchecked before my eyes. Heh. Too bad you don't call the shots around here. As I have sworn to uphold the laws of this land, I cannot allow you to take this man in. That you would arrest a man on false charges without even conducting an investigation. Have you no honor as a member of law enforcement? You, how dare you speak so disrespectfully to our Shifu? Hold it! You amuse me, Mr. Prosecutor. Lang Ji says, every pack has its own rules. If you can play their rules and come out on top, that is a true victory. Alright, I'll give your beloved laws a fair shake. I'll show you just how much investigating I've done. Through my line of logic. I've seen a lot of bodies like the one being carted off in my time. I could say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figured out that much, right? With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. Not unless you're a member of law enforcement like Officer Meekins, isn't that right? That is your reasoning? Solid as a rock. It's based on the philosophy of detainment.
What's this philosophy of detainment?
Ha! You don't know? In that case, pay attention, girlie. In my country, the criminals have a saying, beware of the wolf. Why the wolf? Because in my language, lang means wolf, and you don't mess with me or my pack. And as for the detainment philosophy, its father is my honorable ancestor, Lang Ji. You'd think I would have heard of him and his teaching as if he is that famous. What? What? Lang Ji developed it as he worked to lock criminals away thousands of years ago. To this day, the Zhengfa police still trains its recruits to using his philosophies.
But thousands of years ago? That makes your story about as believable as a fairy tale.
Anything wears down and breaks over time. Do you really believe something as ancient as that can be applied to today's world? You wanna put it to a test?
I'll challenge you.
If that's the case, there are plenty of other officers who might be potential suspects. You're not seriously going to arrest each and every one of them, are you? As if I would need to. I've already looked into everyone else here. Oh? Other than Officer Meekins, I know no one else's weapon has been fired. How did you check every single person's weapon in such a short span of time? That's because each and every one of my subordinates is extremely capable. It didn't take more than a few minutes to conduct the entire investigation. The power of sheer numbers. But you have yet to check Officer Meekins' weapon, correct? Thanks for reminding me. Hey you! Show me your gun!
Oh!
What's wrong? Why does he look so sickly pale all of a sudden?
Gun!
What did you say? I can't hear you. Stop mumbling and spit it out already.
Sir! I lost my gun, sir!
How could you be so irresponsible? In the end, it looks like you're still the only suspect we've got. You're the one who waited here outside this garage to ambush and kill the victim. So you think that Officer Meekins waited here to kill the victim, do you, Lang? I think this little accusation deserves a lot more scrutiny. Oh, we're still testifying this. We're still cross-examining this man. Ambushed the victim in this garage and killed him here with this gun. Then why is there no blood? Okay. Yes, that was the right one. Unfortunately for you, Agent Lang, that is simply not possible. What do you mean? You've seen the crime scene for yourself. And while you were looking, did you not think to yourself that it was a little too clean? Ayah! So you did notice that there was too little blood. Do you still wish to claim that Officer Meekins committed the murder here? Because this isn't the crime scene, and if it was your men who led you to think it was, then I suggest you leave this case to the local police to set the record straight. Ugh. Not bad. I see your logic can be just as sound as mine. In that case, let me ask you this. Don't you think it's weird that Officer was hanging out around here in the first place? Weird? How so? Hey you! Your squad's not even supposed to be in this area, right? What were you doing neglecting your duties and loafing around here? Don't you dare give me some lame excuse like, I found myself taking a walk.
But, sir, I really did take a walk, sir.
You're a disgrace. How dare you take your pack obligations so lightly? Officer Meekins is looking extra meek. Is he hiding something?
Mr. Edgeworth, please, sir! Save me the way you did earlier, please, sir!
Officer Meekins, please give us a detailed account of what happened.
Sir, not you too! It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, sir. I was told to check every square into the main gate area, sir. I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling drinks in the Blue Badger Mobile, sir. But I got completely caught up in my role selling drinks to the children, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir.
What is this Blue Badger Mobile?
It's a moving store on wheels that sells sweet drinks and merchandise, sir. So this Blue Badger Mobile is just a roaming souvenir shop? Sir, I swear it taking the kidnappers down while I was being a good dream merchant.
He seems rather worked up, even more than his usual hyperactive self.
He sure seems sure of what he's saying.
Can you try to calm down and lower your voice to a more reasonable level, officer?
No! My voice actor won't let me, sir.
Why the hell are you here? Alright then, where were you assigned to?
I was assigned to the main gate area, sir.
He must mean the area with the bridge and the outrageous fountain.
Okay, then why are you here in the Wild Wild West area? It's because of a very deep breathing, ma'am.
Told to check every square inch of the main gate area, sir. Describe for me how you conducted your investigation.
Yes, sir. Well, first I made sure there were no suspicious-looking people in the area, sir. But the only people that seemed to gather around me were little girls, sir. Well, what did you expect when you're dressed like the Blue Badger? I thought I had no choice at that point, sir, so...
What exactly do you mean by selling dreams?
Sir, the Blue Badger Mobile is where dreams are collected. What? Sweetness like you've never known except in dreams, ma'am, like innocence drops. And bitterness found only in nightmares, ma'am, like guilty jawbreakers. Selling those as I push the Blue Badger Mobile along is my sworn duty, ma'am.
You completely forgot to look for the kidnappers?
No, sir, of course not, sir. I would never do something like that, sir. You're absolutely right. Wow, you're good at this forcing people to confess thing, Mr. Edgeworth. To be frank, I'm just a little man, sir. I'm better at selling kids a few small dreams than looking for a big crook, sir.
Enough wallowing in your own self-pity. Let's return to your testimony, please.
Yes, sir.
How did you wind up all the way over here?
I was in the middle of a sea of kids, sir. But one of the kids decided to challenge me to a fight, sir. I had to run away from the child's painful drop kicks, and before I knew it... The good old drop kick. I dished out my fair share of those when I was a kid. It was always the best when you felt one really connect with your opponent.
In any case, you wound up here for a reason completely unrelated to the investigation?
Sir! That's right, sir.
That's not something you should be admitting to with your head held high, officer. It sounds like he simply forgot about his real job and However, there is one flaw in Officer Meekin's story, but I had the feeling that he'll need some prodding before he'll spill the beans. Shit. I don't know. Officer Meekins, I would appreciate it if you didn't tell such transparent lies.
Sir? I'm lying, sir?
Yes, you are. If you were really out there selling dreams with the Blue Badger Mobile until recently, then what is it doing inside of this garage?
Ah! Actually, I just lost track, sir.
Lost track of what?
By the time I realized that the Blue Badger Mobile was nowhere to be found, sir.
Which would mean it was perhaps stolen?
And that's when I came back to this area, thinking maybe it was in the garage, sir. But that's when you found me, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
A likely story. Who do you think is gonna buy such a convenient tale as that? And what exactly is so convenient about his story? The car getting stolen. It's completely unbelievable, even for a cover story. But I think we can assume the car was used alright. To move the dead body.
What?
You killed the victim at some distant location, Officer Meekins. And then you used the Blue Badger Mobile to transport it all the way here. Now then, you're coming with me.
But it wasn't me! Sir! The killer, sir! It wasn't me, sir!
Agent Lang, wait! What do you want now? We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we know all the facts of this case, let alone the truth. I told you, truth schmooth, I couldn't care less. Our job is to catch the crook. You'll find out your precious truth after we arrest this guy and take him in. That's the job of you prosecutors in your fancy courts with your logic. As for us, we don't have that kind of time to waste. You boorish buffoon! I think you need to leave. What? We need to get the body to autopsy and you guys are getting in the way. You would interfere with another one of my investigations? Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here. Ugh. I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy. Ugh. Oh! Now be a good fancy boy and get out of my sight. If you don't, I'll arrest you for obstruction of justice.
You little Well, we still gotta investigate, so I guess we're getting arrested for obstruction of justice. Screw you, Lang. Pfft, stupid wolf dude. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Roll the end card.
Objection! You haven't hit like and subscribe yet! Hold it! You forgot to ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload! Take that! Click here to watch more of my videos! Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!